Next, I'm going to touch on the overall viability of the restaurant industry. According to the Grand Forks Herald, North Dakota is among U.S. leaders in restaurant sales growth. Due to the booming population as well as growth in the restaurant industry in large cities in North Dakota, like Fargo-Moorhead area, this makes this industry highly competitive. There are restaurants popping up everywhere, which means it is fairly easy to enter this industry. Especially local restaurants tend to only open one or two locations at a time, unlike large chains, making it easier to enter this industry. Due to the fact that there are so many restaurant choices around the Fargo-Moorhead area, like I mentioned earlier, this is a highly competitive market segment. A few key industry development factors, like I mentioned previously, is having locally sourced and organic food. That is a very common thing along with the dietary restrictions. It's such a common trend. Restaurants must provide this in order to keep up with competitors. Another common trend in society, due to the fact that restaurants do enable it to be so easy to get food delivered to your home, apps such as Uber Eats, Foodsby, make it so easy to eat at home that when guests do go to the restaurant, they want it to be an experience. If they want simply the food, they would have it delivered to their home without the inconvenience of having to leave their home, especially in the middle of the winter. So when they leave, they want it to be a good experience, a nice atmosphere, and an enjoyable time. Along with that, like I mentioned earlier, technology is important in this industry. Many competitors, large chains, are very technologically advanced, which consumers love nowadays. So, smaller restaurants in the Fargo-Moorhead area must keep up with this technological advancements if they want to keep up with competitors' growth. But this could be a benefit or a negative aspect, as many small local restaurants do not have the funds to keep up with larger restaurants. Like I mentioned, the ability to pay online, pay at the table, and Wi-Fi. According to an article listed below on the link that I provided with my references, Wi-Fi is offered in 68% of coffee shops and restaurants. This is a high percent, meaning that many consumers find this important aspect of a restaurant. Like I mentioned earlier, people are constantly carrying with them laptops, tablets, phones, and bringing their work with them to work from home. So if restaurants have this ability to provide Wi-Fi to consumers, it will be a definite bonus. Along with that, like I mentioned before, social media. Social media is critical in this industry, and it's important to make sure that you are broadcasting to that millennial or Gen Z or whatever the population on social media is, and make sure you're advertising to that market base specifically, as many of them will be the ones that are also consumers going to the restaurants. Based on my research, it is clear that this industry is booming. They have been growing not only in the Fargo-Moorhead area, but restaurants across the U.S. are booming in sales this past year. And I definitely think that this is an industry worth pursuing.